morning, students. Welcome to session 7 of the career series presented by BPDC Pilani Dubai campus. Today we're going to interact with the BPDC Pilani Dubai campus director and the team. If you're new to this particular series, we have already streamed 6 of the sessions on each discipline where you can get in-depth knowledge about what that particular discipline, what that particular course looks like. And today we've brought in the BPDC leadership together to answer your questions. Alright, so in this particular panel discussion, we're going to talk about the academic life on campus, we're going to talk about the industry exposure, we're going to talk about placements, we're going to talk about admission and the financial aid that you'll get if you're going to study at BPDC Pilani Dubai campus. And the fifth segment is where we're going to interact directly with the director of BPDC Pilani Dubai campus. Alright, so to start with the first segment, which is academic life, let me bring my first panelist, Dr. Kumar, who's the Dean of Undergraduate Studies at BPDC Pilani Dubai campus. Welcome, Dr. Kumar.
Good morning. Thank you. Thank you for including me in the panelist.
Right. A lot of students have joined in, and in fact, before this session, we asked them to register and we asked them to ask questions to the panelists. And a lot of questions have been around what is the course structure? Is it similar to the BPDC Pilani India campuses? So can you throw some light around that?
It's actually a good question because this is a main doubt with many students. Actually, the curriculum and academic structure is exactly the same in all 3 Indian campuses as well as Dubai campus. We follow exactly the same curriculum and program structure. And the degree is also from BPDC Pilani. And the program structure, normally for all BE programs, it will be 42 courses with 144 units. And if you take the electives, there will be several choices for students to choose those electives under the headings discipline electives, open electives, and humanities electives. And if you take the other flexibility, the students can go for either practice school option or thesis option. And another very important thing is the dual degree option. See, I'm a computer science student. I want to, in fact, choose EEE also as another discipline to enrich my, area. Then what I can do, I spend only 1 or 1.5 years extra, and I'll be getting 2 degrees.
That's amazing. Right. So good that you touched upon practice school and timetabling and the minor program also, in fact. So students who are looking to know more about the practice school program, in fact, it is one of the flagship programs of BPDC Pilani University. And we have a separate segment on practice school. But let's touch more about the timetabling part. In fact, that's also very unique about BPDC Pilani, that BPDC Pilani lets you choose your own timetable. So you can decide which course are you going to take at what point of the day. Right? Is that correct, Dr. Kumar?
Yes.
In fact, what I've seen is that Dubai has really controlled the pandemic very well. But in India, still the lockdown is continuing. So it might happen so that the students in India, it might not open. The international travel might not open or might open. So I think as we go closer to the start date, which is, I think, 1st of September, the students will have more clarity on how the classes are going to be. But the start date is confirmed, right? That the semester is going to start on 1st of September.
Yeah, because the academic calendar has been finalized long back, and because of the pandemic situation, we have slightly postponed, maybe 1 week. September 1st is our plan to start with the registration. Then classwork will start from September 2nd onward.
All right. So how is the grading now like?
Yeah. So we actually follow relative grading, and we have got continuous internal evaluation. And we follow relative grading. That means the students' performance will decide about their grades. The grades will be A minus, etc. Right? And one important challenge, especially when you are conducting online examination, the exams are conducted in completely an uncontrolled environment.
All right, Dr. Kumar. So another question is that BPDC Pilani is such a prestigious brand. What makes it so unique? What is so unique about the teaching in BPDC Pilani? Which sets it apart?
Yeah, first thing is in teaching, I'll just go in a few topics. How actually we organize, deliver a course. For example, in the first class itself, whatever that is planned for that particular course, It is given in terms of handout, and the handout contains all information about the course plan, the textbook, and the evaluation components, what weightages are assigned, etc. And teaching is complemented with hands-on training, on real life problems through different practicals, etc. And the campus has got state-of-the-art laboratory facilities. So every course is in fact connected with the labs, especially. And as I already told you, there are some courses which are conducted in flip mode also. And we have got one very important facility called telepresence facility, where all 4 campuses are connected through TP facility. And any particular teacher is offering a course in one campus, other campuses can join. Dubai campus is also having a TP classroom facility of 160 students.
That's amazing. All right. Thank you, Dr. Kumar. I think this was really informative for all the grade 12 students who are looking to take up engineering after they get out of grade 12. Now, I think the students' results are also out for most of the boards. What an interesting panel it is turning out to be. You got to know about the academic life, how the course structure is, and in fact, it's so amazing that all the campuses actually follow the same structure. So if you take the admission in Pilani Dubai campus, you're going to do exactly the same courses which you're going to do in India. All right. So coming to the next segment, which is around industry exposure, which is around practice school, which is a very unique concept by BPDC Pilani University, and it's followed in BPDC Pilani Dubai also, is practice school concept. And to talk about that more, let me invite Dr. A. Somasundaram, who's the Dean of Practice School Division. Welcome, Dr. Somasundaram.
Good morning, Mr. Lloyd.
Hi.
Thanks for the invitation.
Yeah. All right. So during the whole career series, when we were in fact, interacting with a lot of professors and alumni, a lot of time this word practice school, came into the picture. So since you're the Associate Dean of Practice School Division, can you, for all the students who are joining us this time, can you just tell them a little about what is this practice school program?
So it's a part of the curriculum.
Okay.
Students will undergo an industrial training, which is of 7.5 months duration.
Okay.
So by the end of this graduation, they will get an industry experience of 7.5 months. This program basically consists of 2 courses, which we call it as Practice School 1 and Practice School 2.
Mm-hmm.
So the Practice School 1 is for 8 weeks at the end of second year. And the second course, which is called Practice School 2, which will be a duration of 5.5 months, and the students will do it in their final year, in either of the semesters.
This is amazing. This is amazing. So basically, when a student is actually studying these courses, they can also go out and see how the industry is actually using these courses. Okay.
So why this course is being split it into 2, that is an innovation. So instead of keeping it as a 7.5 month duration, they split it into 2 courses, Practice School 1 at the end of second year. So normally a student will complete 2 years, which means that the basics of any particular stream he has, discipline he has chosen, he might have the basic knowledge. So he goes to an industry, he'll see what is happening in that industry, and he'll get a hands-on experience on that. In both the Practice School 1 as well as Practice School 2, the students undergo a rigorous of the professional world in form as well as in substance.
Thank you. Thank you for your insight, Dr. Somasundaram. So I can see a lot of students are joining in right now, and I can see questions coming in. In fact, some students are asking, so are these companies which are there for practice school, does BPDC collaborate with these companies, or do the students have to find these companies by themselves?
Actually, since its inception, BPDC Pilani Dubai campus, we are having collaboration with more than 300 industries in UAE and in India. We have some good companies, a lot of good companies we have tie-ups right from beginning in UAE as well as in India.
Okay.
I can name a few of the companies.
Sure.
Some of the good companies that we have is Lawson & Tubro, Johnson's Control, PwC, International Center for Biosphere and Agriculture, and Reckitt Benckiser, etc. So we have good number of companies which take students, with students regularly in every semester.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Somasundaram, for listing all the companies. In fact, telling students how practice school works. So, all right, students, this is an amazing panel. You're getting to interact with the whole leadership of BPDC Pilani Dubai campus. So, in case you have any questions that you want to ask to this particular panel, you can click on the link, which is actually being flashed right above, and also it's put in the description of this particular video. All right. Thank you, Dr. Somasundaram, for your time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Logan. Thank you so much.
All right. So you heard about how the academic life is, and during your course, you're also going to do internship, which is your industry exposure. Now, a lot of you have been joining in, and in fact, when we circulated the form for registration, a lot of you had asked questions around placement. And to talk about this, I have the Chief Placement Officer of BPDC Pilani, all 4 campuses, India and Dubai, Mr. Gurumurthy. Welcome, Mr. Gurumurthy.
Hi.
Hi. So, in fact, placement is a major question around placement is what students have been asking. So, in fact, let me read this with the first question. What is the overview of placement like in BPDC Pilani Dubai campus?
Dubai campus, as the famous saying goes, the proof of the pudding is in eating. So, unless the best of the students get the best of the jobs and go home with fancy pay packets, it doesn't get converted into anything meaningful in life. So the job offers are the icing on the cake for the BPDC Pilani, not only BPDC Pilani Dubai campus, but also the Indian campus students. See, the Dubai Knowledge and Human Development Authority in the year 2020 has awarded a 5-star status and rating to BPDC Pilani Dubai campus, up from a 4-star rating over last year. Especially on the employability front, the authorities have given BPDC Pilani Dubai campus a score of 132 out of 150, which translates to about 88% which is the highest in the region, if I'm not wrong. So that's a huge feather in our cap. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So normally, can you give us a kind of percentage on how many people normally get placed, and those who don't get placed, what do they go for? Do they go for higher studies? Do they go for entrepreneurship? What's the trend like?
See, the trend is. Last year, if you look at the statistics, about 73.5% of the students who registered for placements secured a job.
Okay.
So if you put some numbers into it, or if you put some ratios into it, around 141 companies came, and when they hired, 136 students got placed. So if you do a math, roughly it is one company for one student, which is a very, very, very high ratio. Other than the 73.5% of the students, the balance, a lot of students from the Dubai campus end up in pursuing for their masters in US, UK, and other parts of the globe. And they don't stop with graduation. So they go on to pursue their masters either in science or engineering or management.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I've seen entrepreneurship also as a very, trending option now.
Yes. Of course. Entrepreneurship is definitely a larger slice of the cake when it comes to Dubai campus, because a lot of students have a very strong urge, appetite, and the talent to start their own organizations.
Okay. All right. So it sounds very promising. So what is the placement process like? What do the students have to go for? And also, if you can give me a little bit of trend around which disciplines are the hottest right now among the recruiters.
Okay. See, what happens is the advantage which specifically BPDC Pilani Dubai campus has, which not many institutes or colleges have, is one is it's an offshoot of the Indian BPDC Pilani brand and an extension of the umbrella brand. So what happens is it gets global recognition due to this fact.
Correct.
Number 2. We also encourage students from Dubai campus to apply for job opportunities in India, and we market them, and we ensure that they participate in the Indian hiring program as well, in addition to the campus placement program in Dubai.
So let me get this straight. So you get, as a student of BPDC Pilani Dubai, you get to sit for placements in Dubai, and you can also sit for the same companies where BPDC Pilani, say Pilani student or Hyderabad student or Goa student is sitting for.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's great. Okay.
So that's the dual advantage which students have. In addition to the native market, which is Dubai, they also have access to the Indian market, and through the Indian market, the Western market, and other European markets as well. So the whole world is their playground, because organizations which come to hire from BPDC, from Indian campuses, are more than 500 to 600. So they get opportunities across.
Okay. Very well put. I think very well put, Mr. Gurumurthy. You get so many chances. Actually, if you go Dubai campus because you get to sit for placements in Dubai and in India itself. Okay, so a lot of students have been asking about companies. Which are the companies that are coming for for placement? So can you throw some light on that?
Yeah. Now, prominent companies, I'll name around 10 organizations for you because they are the, it gives you an idea of what kind of organizations come.
Mm-hmm.
So there are companies like Dubizzle, which is into the IT space, Kareem, which is into the IT space, Emirates Airline, Zomato, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Tetra Pak, Schindler Group, Schneider Electric, Unilever, Emerson. These are the top organizations which have picked up from three different sectors. One is the IT sector. The other one is business analytics.
Right.
Third is manufacturing.
Right. And what are the final numbers like? So if a student is looking to take up a job right after graduation, what are the kind of starting salary that they're looking for?
See, if you look at the median salaries or the average salaries of BITS Pilani Dubai campus students, on an average, it has been around 75,000 AED per annum, roughly. Yeah. Mm. So that's a reasonably good start, if you ask me. Yeah. And if you look at the top salaries go as high as 2.5 lakh AED, 2.5 lakhs AED, which are offered by companies like Dubizzle.
Right. That's I think a lot of good information, Mr. Gurumurthy. In fact, I think this should be very informative for all the students who are watching right now. Students, if you have any more questions that you want to shoot to our panelists, the link is right above and it's also put in the description below. So feel free to put your questions up there. Also, there's a scholarship test coming in today at 2 p.m. So feel free to register yourself for that scholarship test for BITS Pilani Dubai campus. All right, Mr. Gurumurthy, thank you for your time. All right, so you saw how the academic life is going to be, what's the industry exposure like, and what are your future options. Of course, this is a time when you've graduated from grade 12, your results are out, and you're looking to take admission. Now, of course, in India, the situation is a little different because there's no certainty on when the entrance exams are going to be. But let's call upon our next panelist for the segment 4 around admission and financial aid, Ms. Nahid Afshan, who's the Senior Manager of Admissions, talk about what is the admission procedure for BITS Pilani Dubai campus and which are the financial aid that's available for you if you take admission at BITS Pilani Dubai campus. Welcome, Ms. Nahid.
Thank you, Lohit.
A lot of students have joined in, and in fact, when we circulated the registration form also, we got a lot of questions around what is the admission process for BITS Pilani Dubai, because clearly it's the international campus of BITS Pilani University, so the admission process is a little different from the Indian campuses. So can you elaborate a little on what is the admission process?
Hi, everyone. A very good morning to all my colleagues who are here today and also to all the viewers. I'm very happy to be here on this panel today. Coming to the admissions of BITS Pilani Dubai, admissions are entirely based on the merit of the students in the qualifying exam. And by qualifying exam, I mean the exam conducted by various recognized high school boards. I'm talking about your high school exams. We do not have a separate entrance examination for admission to BITS Pilani Dubai, as we cater to the students from all over the world. So be it Middle East countries, India, other Asian countries, Far East and Africa. So we accept all national and international school boards. And the marks, the minimum requirement for marks is 60% overall aggregate, as well as a 60% in the physics, chemistry, and math subjects. So this is the minimum requirement for you all to apply. And then we will process your application. And as per the availability of seats and your merit, you're allotted the seats. I would also like to add that predominantly most of our students are Indians by nationality, but from different parts of the world.
That's great. So, in fact, during this pandemic, where a lot of entrance exams have not been conducted, including BITSAT. In fact, I'm getting a lot of questions around BITSAT where people are asking, BITSAT, the date is not yet fixed. What's going to happen with JEE, BITSAT, etc. So, does the admission to BITS Pilani Dubai campus depend on BITSAT?
Not really. Our admission, as I mentioned to you, is only dependent on your grade 12 results. So you don't have to take up any entrance examination, including BITSAT, for admission to BITS Pilani Dubai campus. So as soon as your results for your high school are out, please apply along with your results and your admission will be processed.
I think that this is great because it makes it very clear for the students who have already gotten their grade 12 scores and they are, right now not very sure about their entrance course. So you can directly apply to BPDC Pilani Dubai campus with your grade 12 scores. That's all that's required. And in fact, in further segment, we'll also talk about the financial aid. All right, Ms. Nahid, so I have some questions here. Lalit Aditya from Hyderabad is asking, in fact, his father is asking, my son has studied A-level Cambridge University syllabus and has got 68% PMCE. Is he eligible for BTech admission? And he got score in SAT 2090. Addition to this. Yeah. So,
all right, as I mentioned to you, we accept all international school boards, including the A-levels, which is offered by Cambridge, Edexcel, Pearson. So we accept all of these, but the only requirement for students who have taken up UK board, that's any of these boards which I just mentioned, is that they must have physics, chemistry, and mathematics at advanced levels, at A levels. We do not accept AS or O level.
All right, that's great. In fact, students who are looking to figure out, I can see a lot of students asking this question, am I eligible with this much of percentage? So best way to do that is we've put a link right here. Put your mark sheet there, and then you'll get to know if you're eligible for the admission in whichever program that you're aspiring for. Also, there are amazing lot of financial aid, which I'd request Ms. Naid to talk about. So Ms. Naid, what are the financial aids which are available for the students?
Okay, Lohit, financial aids offered by the university come in the form of scholarships based on merit, concessions based on certain criteria, and of course, facilitation of education loans. So I'll go through each category individually. The merit scholarships which I'm talking about are both for your tuition fee as well as your hostel fee. And they are based on the merit in the grade 12 examination. So merit, we have three categories again here. One, based on the merit in the 12th grade examination. Two, merit in BITSAT, plus merit in PBISE. PBISE is a pre-board international scholarship exam which has been conducted, wherein a student can appear for this examination and get some attractive scholarships. So basically the merit in grade 12 examination, we offer scholarship ranging from 15% to 40% if a student has an overall aggregate of 80% and above. So 80 to 100%, you end up getting scholarships ranging from 15 to 40%. Similarly for BITSAT, if you're appearing for BITSAT and securing a score of 200 and above, you will be getting scholarships ranging from 25% to 75%. So students can take up the pre-board international school examination, which is being held today at 2 p.m. The link is given below. You can just click on it and register for the same and take up this examination so that you get this wonderful opportunity of availing additional scholarships. So students with the top 1,000 ranks in PBISE will be eligible for a scholarship ranging from 25% to 75%. So that's about scholarships. And next we go to the concessions. We also offer concessions under various categories, and one such category is the sibling concession, wherein a student gets 25% on the tuition fee if his or her older sibling is concurrently enrolled at BPDC Pilani Dubai. This is offered basically to reduce the burden of the parents to fund two students studying in the university. So right. This is one concession we offer. Besides, we also offer a concession of 15% for students who are physically challenged, but still can undergo successfully an engineering program. Then during the course of the study, if any student faces sudden bereavement of the earning member of the family, such need-based concessions are also extended to students. Up to 75% concessions are extended in such cases. So two scholarship concessions, of course, can be combined if they do not exceed 50% of the semester tuition fee, as I mentioned earlier. Okay, the next financial aid comes in the form of student loans, which we have facilitated through different banks of India as well as UAE. So I'm very happy and pleased to inform you all that we have tied up with SBI, State Bank of India, HDFC Credila, and ICICI Bank to fund education loans to all the students who are applying with us.
That's amazing. I think there are many options to reduce the financial burden. Also, you have something called as Earn While You Learn program. What is that about?
Yes. we enable plenty of opportunities for students to earn while learning. Again, here I would like to classify this under 3 categories. One is Earn While You Learn scheme, which we have within the institute, where the students of 2nd, 3rd, and 4th years are given the opportunity to be professional assistants for assisting in laboratories and other academic and administrative activities, such as help junior students for better understanding of experiments and assist the faculty in conducting experiments, contribute to activities like software development, creation, updation, and maintenance of website, feedback monitoring, and so on. So we have a lot of activities which we allocate to the students, and they're paid an honorarium based on the work done along with a certificate. So this is one option available to the students within the campus.
This is amazing. So you get a scholarship, you get earn while you learn, you get so many loan opportunities. Amazing. I think this is great. So thank you for your time, Ms. Nahid.
Most welcome.
What an informative panel. You got to know about the academic life, you got to know about the industry exposure, you also heard about the placements and admissions and scholarships. Coming to our final segment, the 5th segment, which you've been waiting for, interaction with the director of BPDC Pilani Dubai campus. So let me invite Dr. R.N. Saha, the director of BPDC Pilani Dubai campus. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, I'm happy to join in this program.
Let me, sir, congratulate you first of all for the 5-star ranking that BPDC Pilani Dubai has got from KSDN.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right.
In 2020, BPDC Pilani has been awarded 5-star grade in ranking and classification system done by Knowledge and Human Development Authority of Dubai in collaboration with QS, the international ranking agency. These rankings are done based on the performance in teaching, research, employability, facilities, satisfaction level, etc.
That's amazing. And I'm sure, Dr. Saha, there must be many more awards that BPDC Pilani Dubai, and in fact, BPDC Pilani University has been getting a lot of awards. So which are the other awards and recognitions BPDC Pilani Dubai has?
Actually, as part of BPDC Pilani, that BPDC Pilani as a university has been ranked by Times Higher Education, QS World Ranking, QS and Times Higher Education Asian Ranking, and several other rankings are there, including in India, NIRF ranking also, where it is ranked as the university, as engineering school, as well as pharmacy school. So it is always doing well in the ranking system. Further, BPDC Pilani Dubai campus are always receiving awards, projects awarded by the government agencies like Expo 2020, where our students every year is getting financial support for executing some technology development, prototype development, and other work. So that helps the student to do innovative work in the campus also.
Right. Also in India, of course, BPDC Pilani is very well known as its India campuses. In fact, it is one of the Institute of Eminence also, declared by the government. But I wanted to ask more about BPDC Pilani Dubai campus. What is the perception among the employers like for BPDC Pilani Dubai campus in UAE?
Yes, it is very much perceived as a very good institute. BPDC Pilani Dubai is perceived as the best private university for engineering education with maximum engineering students in Dubai, all institutes. Also, at the same time, employers are highly satisfied with the BPDC Pilani graduates, as reflected by many top-level companies visit campus to recruit our students. Many more companies are always connected and they are recruiting our students. I think the employers are very, very satisfied, and that's why they take the students regularly, even as a part of practice school too, and they take the students for practice school too, internship program, and then retain them as a staff there.
Yeah, that's also something that was shared recently. Also, Dr. Saha, so this is a part of Career Series where we've also created a lot of episodes on different streams, different programs that BPDC Pilani Dubai offers. And in all of those programs, we saw that the alumni were doing really amazing work. You've got a lot of entrepreneurs coming out, and those who also go for research, or those who join the companies, they're doing really well. What is the uniqueness? What is it that you do with innovation on campus that really creates such amazing alumni?
See, BITS Pilani, if you see, is always encouraging innovation and entrepreneurship development. That's why the several BITSians have created successful companies across the world. And BITS Pilani Dubai campus also provide that encouragement. And thus, about 4 years back, we created an innovation lab or creative lab to encourage students to work and help them in innovation. So it is allowed to use 24/7, and students can do any idea whatever they have, and it need not be guided by any teacher. So they receive external funding also for such projects which they do. As I mentioned, Expo Live and some companies and other things are there. Further, also institute organizes competitions where there will be good prize money, mainly supported by alumni, and the prize money which is owned by the students are used for their development of technology or starting the entrepreneurship. Further, institute also encourages students to participate in various competitions where they brought laurels and they got fund for implementing their idea as a startup company. I can tell you, last 3 years, about 25 companies have been established by BITS Dubai students or graduates.
Wow.
Even some of these companies are run by the current students who may be in 3rd year or 4th year. I think that has created a great buzz in the campus that innovation and entrepreneurship are important from BITS Pilani point of view.
I think that's an amazing culture which spreads across all the campuses of BITS Pilani. So, all right, sir. In fact, there are a lot of students asking about. They're of course worried about this pandemic situation, and in India, especially when there's no clarity around when the colleges are going to start. What is the plan for BITS Pilani Dubai? Of course, in the previous panelists have told us that the session is going to start on 1st of September. But what are the key measures that the institute is taking to ensure that the academic year this time is not affected?
Correct. I think what you have asked is a very, very important, Lohit. So what we have done, I can share that even during last session or last semester, 100+ students stayed back in hostel. And I'm proud to say that none of the students got any problem. We took utmost care to keep them separately so that they do not get infected. They have been allowed to do practice school or classes online from the hostel. So for next semester, similarly, as UAE government and KHD have permitted us to start on-campus program, we are going to start semester from 1st September, but we are taking care measures so that students are safe, faculty and staffs are safe. So what are the special measures we may go? We may go a mixed situation. First of all, we'll do the sections or classes of smaller number of students so that social distance can be maintained. Mm-hmm. Wherever the big classes are there, we may run that online where the students can attend from the hostel or from their home as a day scholar, so that crowd or students crowd in the campus can be always regulated and kept limited. Further, those who are staying in the hostels also will be continuously monitoring and maintaining the social distancing and prevent any chance of contamination from outside sources. So these are various measures we are taking. Further, we are working on that also. And medical facilities, medical campus as a medical center, which was also quickly monitored if anything is required. Preventive measures will be taken. And I'm sure that all these measures will help us to continue without any problem. And for your information, students are utmost important for us, and we'd like to ensure that no one is getting infection or anything. And further, I would like to say, today Dubai or UAE is a very safe country where infection rate is very, very low. At this moment, it is only 100 or 200 per day. And they are reducing further. I can assure that students will be safer in Dubai or BITS Pilani Dubai campus rather than in their home planes.
Amazing. So the assurance is right here, students. So those who are looking to, so of course in India, we do not know when the colleges are going to start, but BPDC Pilani Dubai campus is very clear. It's starting on 1st of September. It's extremely safe. And through the panelists today, you've seen how the academic structure is going to be, how the admission process is, what are the financial aids available. So if you have any more questions to our panelists, feel free to ask the questions on the link which is being displayed above. And it's also put in the description below. All right, Professor Saha, thank you. Thank you a lot for your time. In fact, I think a lot of students were waiting to hear from you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, and my best wishes to all the students for their careers. Thank you.
All right, students, I hope this panel was really informative for you. And if you have any more questions that we've not been able to answer during this discussion, feel free to put your question on the link which was shown right on the top or is also shown at the description. All right, and don't forget, there's a scholarship exam coming right now at 2 o'clock India time today. So you can write that exam and get scholarship up to rupees 10.6 lakhs in Indian rupees. And that's the scholarship you get for BPDC Pilani Dubai campus. And of course, BPDC Pilani, as you just heard, that BPDC Pilani Dubai campus takes admission solely based on grade 12 scores. So you can also check your eligibility if you're eligible for a particular stream, for a particular course that you're looking for. Maybe you're looking for computer science or triple or mechanical, civil. So whichever course you're looking for, you can put the details of those courses. There's a link given in the description which is for eligibility. So you can click there, put your details, check your eligibility, and if you're eligible, you can start up your application process on BPDC Pilani Dubai's website. And of course, don't forget to write the scholarship test because you can earn a lot of scholarship through that. And also hostel concession, which you get for 4 years, 25%. All right, so I hope this was really informative for you. If you have any more questions, feel free to shoot it to us on the link given. Thank you.